What's going on, guys? This is Harl here, and today we are going to talk about the absolute basics in Overwatch. Now, I was going to start off by saying something like these tips are more specifically for anyone below, a certain ranking, diamond, master, whatever. But really, there's some mistakes that we'll go over here that are made by masters, GMs, top 500s, professional teams. Hopefully not so much, but what I'm trying to say is, anyone can make these sort of mistakes, and they're just so basic. They make such a huge difference if you can just internalize these things and apply it every single time. It will make such a difference, and you will certainly win more games by doing this. Of course, it is a team game, so you do rely on your teammates sort of doing this kind of stuff as well. But if you're aware of it, maybe you can communicate it, get some better team communication going, get everyone on the same page. Now, this stuff isn't hard, right? Communication is very important. Overwatch is a team game, and you live and die by your team's coordination. So, number one rule: never, ever, 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 ever trickle, okay? Do not ever trickle. The only exception to this is when you are trying to delay the capture of a point at all costs and there is absolutely no time to wait. For example, you are totally desperate to delay the point for even a split second, even though you'll probably die almost instantly. It's, there are situations where it is worth delaying it just for that extra moment. Trickling. Do we all understand the concept of trickling? Just to clarify what this means, trickling means you go in solo while your team is not there. You're going in solo. It's not good. So, you could be going in. You could be at the front. If you had have taken the time to watch the kill feed or turn around and look back at your spawn, you might notice that there's no one in front of you, and probably no one right behind you either. Your teammates might still be dead. You can see there's little icons where your teammates' bodies, ended up when they died. Right? If there's if you could see a res timer, it's probably not a good idea to go in right now. If you've got any time to spare before you've lost the match, you're gonna want to wait for backup, right? So just don't go in. Even if you're a flanker, why would you go in? You're going to 6v1. What good is getting caught and hunted down and then getting the res timer, and then your team's, now instead of you waiting for your team's waiting for you. You're letting them down. You could have just think, right? If you're a support and you're trying to get back to the fight, help your team survive. You can see their health bars. They're going yellow, they're going critical. You're almost there. You're almost around the corner, but they're just dying as you're just about to get around the corner. Just back up. Don't go in. Don't. There's very, very rare situations where you can say nano boost someone as an Ana to help them survive a little bit. It's very rare that actually is useful. And if it's a 6v2 situation, it's probably really dumb, unless again you're just trying to delay for that split second. So don't do it. Go back towards your spawn. Everyone's dead. If you go in, you're gonna die as well. You're gonna be trickling. Don't do that. Okay, I think that's. I've gone on about it enough, but I see it all the time. I just did one of those little experiments where you drop into bronze from your placements, and then you rank your way up to diamonds. I didn't quite get back to master yet on that one, but I see it at every rank. People do it all of the time, and it's one of the few things that actually gets me on voice communication in random matches, asking people, "Hey, just wait for the tank before you go in. Just wait. We need the healer. We need the deep. Just wait. Can you not? Okay, all right. I guess I'll go in with you or whatever." Soldier 76, you are not the front line. McCree, you are not the front line. If you have less than the 400 health, you are certainly not the front line. So that sort of leads into our next little topic. We're only going to go over 2 things today. Otherwise, I'm just going to waffle and rant. And the next thing, we're talking about frontline. Let's talk about roles and positioning. Okay. Basically break the roles down into, so I'll just mention the front line, okay, that's a role. So who can be front line is basically Ryan can be front line. And, any tank that you happen to have, any tank character, sometimes people don't want to play Ryan, that's the thing, that's fine. As long as you've got at least a couple of tanks characters, then, they can be the front line, that's fine. Next classification. Damage dealers, right? You are going to want to be behind your front line or like way back at long range. For example, if you're playing a Pharah or a Widow, right? So you got your front line, they're in the front, you're playing cover for your DPS and your support. Then you've got your damage dealers, you're sitting behind the front line, like Soldier, McCree, hey, put up the big rectangle and I can shoot through it at the enemy and then I don't get killed and it's really good because I can do damage and be effective and not die. Isn't that great? Now we're being effective. Excellent. Next class after damage dealers, we've got initiators. So an initiator could be, for example, a Winston. He's got this nice ability where he can initiate a fight by just jumping in, dropping his shield. If you're an initiator and you want to go and initiate, you've got all, no one's trickled, you've got your whole team there, everyone's ready to go in. The initiator, that's your job, right? Hey man, hey guys, I'm gonna initiate Zarya, can I get a shield? Or Zen, can I get an orb? Or, can you just concentrate heals on me for a sec while I go in and initiate? That's all you need to say. Use your jump pack or use your boosters if you're a diva or, whatever you're happening to do. And remember, if you have less than 400 HP, you are not an initiator. I've learned this from trying to initiate as Tracer way too many times without learning from my mistakes, which was dying all the time. Trust me, I have made the mistakes. Wait until the fight starts if you're a flanker, and then you can get up in the support space. So, right, initiators, let's talk about flankers. I kind of did just talk about flankers. Right, so as a flanker, you want to either be behind your front line looking for opportunities to sort of dash in and finish off a target, or you want to be in the back line only engaging once the fight has actually been initiated. There is no point for, if you got your 5 teammates, they're grouping up, they're getting ready to go through the choke point or whatever it is, and you're a flanker and you're sort of somewhere near the back line hiding, waiting to just sneak up on their healers. Just wait. Don't go in by yourself. So many times I'll see like an Anna and a Mercy, and they're sitting there, they're looking so vulnerable, they're looking so appetizing. You just want to go in there and shred them, but you can't because your team hasn't started the fight yet. If you go in, you probably get that Mercy down to like 10 HP. All of a sudden she's copping the heals from the Anna. All of a sudden the DPS has turned around because there's no one else for them to fight. They're looking for the fight. They're waiting for the fight. Why would you start the fight? You got 150 health point if you're a Tracer, or the other like flankers, Genji, Reaper hasn't even got that much either. Don't do it. Wait till the fight starts. Okay, then you'll have so much more success. The healers are busy trying to keep their tanks going. Their DPS are busy trying to like break your shield or whatever they're doing. You got time, right? You got time. So flankers, just wait for the fight to start. Then you can be annoying and kill people. Finally, supports. All right, you're the back line. Stay safe. Stay behind the front line. I see so many times in the last few days, I see Lucio's going, jumping around and being all crazy. Like, hey, look at this wall that I can ride backwards now. Oh wait, there's a hog, and he just hooked me and he's one-shot me, and I can't heal my team anymore. And should I have been behind my front line? That might have been a thing. They could have still been getting my speed buff. They could have been still getting my AoE heals if I was behind them. But, I was just having fun, just going around, and now I'm dead. And I got a res timer, and I don't know about you, but sitting there being dead, waiting for a res timer after you've had 0 effectiveness for being Lucio wall riding around. It's not very good. It's not very fun watching the res time. You're not helping your team very much. Yeah. You're the back line, all right? You're a support. You're the back line. Stay safe. Stay behind the front line. Keep an eye out for flankers, and be close enough so that your DPS can turn around if you ask them for help. Like, oh man, there's a Genji. Can you guys, like McCree, do something about this? I'm getting shredded here. All right, that's all. Just consider your position relevant to your role, and that's it. Don't trickle. Understand your role, be in the right place, roughly, and always communicate and be nice to people, okay? If you've got advice, give it in a nice way. Don't be toxic. Everyone don't be toxic. It's a fun game. We're here to have fun. And that's enough ranting for me from today. Hope you enjoyed my rant and hope you got some useful advice. And remember, nice. Don't you be trickling. See ya. Ooh.